When you call me. Oh yes, when you do that. When you hear me breathe. Look at we now. We are alive. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm alive. Are we? Did I do everything right? Are we alive? Are we live? Are we live? I don't know if I did everything right to make sure we're alive. Aye. Live is live and live. Oh, okay. Ah, look there. It means that I do something right. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing all? Oh, hi, hi. Good night, good night, good night. You happy to see me? I'm happy to see you too. I was hoping that we would never see each other for a while, but um, the gods will not make that happen. I am very, very glad to see you. Happy to see you all. Good night, good night, good night. Share the live now, because we don't know how many people have light or have internet or data. We don't know. We know that the people in St. Elizabeth and Manchester and places they may not be able to join us, but share the live anyway to see if let's see if people will join us to hear what foolishness we have to talk tonight. Because I would imagine everybody believe and know that it's pure foolishness we talk about. Oh, come on. But good to see you all. Very good to see you all. Are you all happy? Are you all safe? Did anybody lose any roof? Lose any goat? Very pleased to see you too, my dear. It's great to see you too, my dear. Great to see you too. Anybody lose any chicken? No, yeah, nobody lose no chicken, no goat. Damien him. Somebody should charge Damien Crawford for neglect of for animal neglect. In the America they lock him up, you know that, or Sweden or New Zealand and Australia. From the other places they lock him up, for not adequately providing shelter for the animals in his care. Maybe other people wouldn't get locked up, but maybe him that definitely get locked up. And we are live. Are you hearing me loud and clear? Are you all hearing me loud and clear? Go share the live and invite some people to come hear what we have to say now. But I don't think much people was expecting us, and I don't think that more people have lights and stuff and all of that. So share. All right, you're hearing me loud and clear. Well, let's start then now. We can get this too quick because normally I should be in bed already ready to sleep. I was sitting here falling asleep, and I'm out like quarter to 7. Yeah, I was falling asleep. Yeah, I am back. Dick Cheney died, and Dick Cheney was the father of Liz Cheney, and I thought I'd mention it because Liz Cheney is really the arbiter for me. She's my arbiter of truth and patriotism and courage, and I did send her an email expressing my condolences. Dick Cheney was 84. I thought he was older than that, but he was 84 and he died. And I want to just big up Miss Liz Cheney, who taught us how to be courageous. She certainly taught me how to stand on principle and to be how to be courageous and brave. I'm still learning how to do that because so it go. A lot of things going on. A lot of things happening to some of our people out in the country, in St. Elizabeth, Manchester, in Trelawn, in St. James, and yes, over in Rice Country, in Westmoreland. And the reason for coming on tonight is because there seems to be some level of misunderstanding out in the public space as to who is the government and who is the leader of the country. And because there seems to be some misunderstanding about that, I thought I'd come on tonight and and just share and remind people about who the government is. So on September 3rd, 2025, a majority of Jamaicans went to the polls. They went to vote. And election date was set by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Honorable Andrew Holness, and they went to vote, and they voted overwhelmingly, largely, for the Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness. When the dust was settled, the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness led his party to an historic third term. And for all intents and purposes, he is indeed the general in all of that. Now, most of us would have thought that, that matter is settled. The system of our government, we are Westminster style government, we are a constitutional monarchy. Our country is, the country is the King of England, King Charles III, is our head of state. He's represented here in Jamaica, Kingston, by the Governor General, Sir Patrick Allen. And the leader of the country is Andrew Holness. On the other side, the King Charles III, is also the leader of the opposition part of the parliament. So we think that the people of Jamaica came out on September 3rd and they settled that. And all of us, most Jamaicans were happy that Jamaicans choose Jamaica. And in choosing Jamaica, they slapped the Rise United leaders, including headed by Mark Golding, and basically spat on them. Basically tell them go and fling big stone upon them. And them say, we're choosing Jamaica with UNO, so UNO can go. And that's what the people did. In a normal constitutional, in a normal democracy, actually. That's the end of that, where that is concerned. There's an election and people vote and some people win and some people lose. They elected 63 people, 35 of them belongs to Mr. Holness, and the next riffraff them, the 28 riffraff them, belongs over to the opposition side. And for some reason, however, there is still a little confusion in the opposition and their ilk as to who exactly is the leader of the country, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And so we're going to talk a little about that tonight and talk about Miss Melissa. So let's kick it off properly. Let's start from the beginning. The preparation for Melissa was vast and wide. We were told that this hurricane coming. We were told that it's coming from several different angles. We were confused at some point, wondering where exactly she coming. Because Jamaica, though a small country, have a lot of places that she could come and visit. So we thought she was going to come and visit Kingston at one point. We thought she was going to St. Mary, Portland. We thought she was going to visit a few places. In the final analysis, she decided that she wanted to go visit Westmoreland. And Melissa took that decision to visit Westmoreland with an ear to mash up Westmoreland. She went there looking for Dayton Campbell and Ian Hales and Vaz. Her name Dwayne Vaz. She went there looking for these three. Particularly Dayton Campbell, who was a sidekick for Mark's chief of security, Jolyon Silvera, who was her husband, who killed her. So Miss Melissa knew where she was going. And I can imagine that it probably tore her heart out a little bit, that in order to reach Westmoreland, she had to go through St. Elizabeth and cause so much damage. And that is where it's at right now. Prior to her coming, there was a massive information campaign by the government. Massive information campaign. So I'm talking to you, the Jamaican people. And if those in Central Elizabeth, some people in Central Elizabeth can hear, and some people in Westmoreland can hear, me talk to Uno too. I'm not going to make us tonight. Most of it, I am sure. But we're going to talk about it anyway. In preparation for Melissa, information campaign was high. The government told you what you must do. The instructions were to seek safety. If you live in a low-lying area, seek higher ground. If you know your house and your roof and everything not up to scratch, go to a shelter. The information was given to, there is a shelter. The shelter up on the road, down the lane, up the hill there. Pack up your stuff, pack up things, go to that shelter. If you live in a particular place. Low-lying areas, you know, where you live, are susceptible to mudslides and all kind of things. The government told you. In addition to that, every step of the way, the government was informing you. Then Mark Golding decided that he's going to insert himself in it in a rather impolite way, demanding that he's to be included in meetings. Because what is driving Mark Golding to make these kind of, well, we want him to continue doing what he do. We don't want him to stop. What is driving him is mainly some people on his social media page and people in him orbit constantly keep telling him that he is Prime Minister. Then go up on him page and say, yeah, we're Prime Minister. Look for our Prime Minister. Talk my Prime Minister. And you are our Prime Minister. Then people need help. Serious psychological help. But they have been doing that and him God. The government gave each member of parliament to prepare for Melissa $3 million. 3 million. Mark Golding first braggadocious dirty behavior was to come out and tell the public that he met with the Prime Minister. He was at the meeting and he was the one who suggested to the Prime Minister that him give them some money. You know, real little low life man. He never suggested nothing because the government had prepared to give the money to members of parliament in any case. But anyway, him say him suggested. So he might try a thing from them time there. The government told you all repeatedly, every which way they could, they did seek shelter where the shelters are. If your house rickety and rackety, go find a shelter. Go find a church. Go find a school. Go somewhere else. The government told you, protect your important documents. Put them in plastic bag. Tie up plastic bag. The government gave you information. And you didn't take it. Now, I had contended in myself that even if Melissa come to Kingston, I have said to myself that maybe my roof will blow off, although I have a good solid roof. My roof is solid, groove and tongue, closely netted together, hurricane straps, closely tied, have them together, Decroban zinc, gone through 30 years of all kind of storms, and every time I keep, fixing it, not fixing it, not do it. But every time a storm come and rock something, I send Wayne up there, I give him some of the screws them with the washer, the rubber washer. I say, go see what going up there. So every time something come, I say, go and go see what going up there. To secure my roof. Every time there's an earthquake, and we have had one pretty much every damn day. Sometimes you might not feel it, but it did happen. I check the house. I tell everybody to check them room. We don't look for cracks. Look at the ground, see if there's any movement with the tile and the wall. You know, them get so tired of it now that them say, until nothing done there. But I check. Now and then you see a little crack. Check the yard. It's about listening to what the experts are saying and follow those instructions and take care of yourself. Now I'm going to share with you what I did apart from battling up and preparing for Melissa. Battling up is part of leaving ear pockets in the house. When you build a house, you leave ear pockets. And even when you're battling down, you leave ear pockets. If strong winds come, the wind can pass through. If high water come, there's place to let it go so you don't get drowned and all of that. But I wasn't concerned about all of that. Because I work out some things in my head. The cases of water downstairs, me and my dog upstairs. May have this can, may have this garbage bag with a string right here, so. May have the plastic bag with the copies of everybody, birth certificate, all kind of government stuff like NIS card and immunization card. May have all of those things in our plastic bag. I just mean off to drop them in the draw bag, garbage bag. In the draw bag, garbage bag, up to this very minute, is 2 pair of sneakers, 2 jeans, some tops, some underwear. Me prepare. Government say I should prepare, but every time there's something coming, I prepare, but I figure this one, well, it's not all the time I prepare, but this one looks serious, so I prepared. I contended myself that if my roof blow off, I mean it really take up this bag, take up my dog, head downstairs, and if I can, I pick up a case of water, and we head out. We have last me for 2-3 days until me figure it out. That is how I figure it, because that is what government and the experts them say you must do. Nobody not follow the instructions. Nobody. Everybody said, now come, the fishermen them want to live with the fish. The people them who live in a rackety house. The hurricane now comes, so everybody contented and them go on. The people them who build proper house with slab top don't have no ear vacuum for no water nor no breeze, so them figure them safe too. And everybody took it for granted that it now comes. It's a thing with us. You know, because I'm not starting with no sympathies and condolences and, oh, I'm sorry for them. And we are, but I'm not starting with that. I'm starting from the beginning, where you were told, buy battery. If you have a radio, get battery so you can keep communication. Charge your phone fully and stop with the social media thing so you can have access to information or something to that effect. No, we can't plan for these things 100%. We can't. You just never know what will happen. So what you do, the small preparations. And every single solitary person in this country got the memo. They got the information. If you live in our low-lying areas, near rivers, near seas, near everywhere, take for yourself. If your house don't make good, take for yourself. And more particularly, in terms of taking away yourself, if you have children, take away yourself and take away the pit to them. But if you want to stay but take away the pit to them. Seek shelter. No, shelter too big for some people. And I contended that if my roof went and St. Mary's the Virgin Church roof stayed, that's where we will be. Me just go look for a bench and me carry my own pillow with my own pillowcase. Me have that too. Me now come out here without it. And me go lie down on a bench in the church. We have had that kind of hurricane when we live in a boathouse. We have that kind of wind and rain all the way up over the church. So we grew up in that, we know. But nobody no go. Nobody stay put in a them place. So therefore, that was the beginning. When you hear the information and you decide, say, you know, move, and this way I do, and that way I do. So therefore, this is where we're starting from. Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. People have to take personal responsibility for your home, for your home structure, how you build it, what it look like, maintaining it. Because maintenance of your home is more important and far cheaper than having to go repair it or build back one. And some of you who go over to St. Elizabeth and Manchester and St. James, and it's not all of you. This will fall on all of you. But there's a great amount of you that fall into this crisis of place to sleep right now and stuff like that because you don't take personal responsibility. Some of you live in some raggedy house. 8 of you live in a raggedy place with a roof or a blow off, and every 8 around you have a car. All 8 of you have a car. But the roof will stay good. The house lean up. It's susceptible to all kind of things. But everybody got a car. And everybody drive them car and park and go in. Everybody leave out a man and drive out them car and come back. But everybody not pay the roof attention. Because that's important. The only important is the car and the phone and what you do. And when government tell you to do all of that and fixing up things, you're not doing it. And this is what you end up facing. When government tell you to come your documents, nobody not paying that no mind either. Nobody took the documents. Huh? Una buy car, una visa, una travel regularly, and then come back to the raggedy house where scream and squeak and look like it's so bashed down. That is what I go back to. Or not paying attention to the things that you should pay attention. The roof over your head, the roof that your kids them live in. Yeah, pay attention to the other things. That's it, so every time them say hurricane come, it now come, so, we are going to see what go on. So it came. And it went through St. Elizabeth. And my niece went down there looking for a family member, found her, and came back and said, it looked like they're on the Gaza Strip. I don't know the Gaza Strip, I'm not sure about, but it looked like they're on Gaza. Or it looked like one of those wildfire one them say, the way the place flattened. Personally, I don't want to see it. Not that I have sympathy for the people, but I don't want to see it. Personally, I don't want to see it. So Melissa came and she made herself known. And it happened. And it done gone. And now we're at a part where we are reassess. We are think through all our options. And we are help people to get back them lives together. And things like these demand leadership. Without a shadow of a doubt, leadership is the first thing that is demand. After this, whoever is going to be somebody with great leadership skills. And I remember something today when I was thinking about it. Good night, you all. I want to share the live now to anybody who don't know who might have internet or what. Hello, baby. Back in 2000, the year 2000, the elections in the United States between Al Gore and George W. Bush. Now, I never get a rag. Now, when the elections was called, most people in Jamaica rooting for Al Gore because, it was Bill Clinton's vice president. Brilliant man, but stupid. Really didn't have no sense. But he's brilliant, very brilliant actually. Wrote this book called The Assault on Reason. It's about the environment. It's about how we take this advantage of our environment and all the catastrophe that it can bring on because we're not taking good care of our environment. So there. Al Gore and George W. Bush, I have not towel this tonight, I'm missed to have a towel, going up for president of the United States. Now, under normal circumstances, Al Gore being vice president for 2 terms would have been the hands-on favorite to win the 2000 election in the United States. One of the mistakes that Al Gore made when he was running as a candidate was that he refused to campaign with Bill Clinton. And that refusal came about as a result of, the dirty girl Monica Lewinsky who chat so much, chat about consensual sex and make it into a big deal and try to, mash up the president's life. So as a result of that, Gore took the high road and decided that because of Bill Clinton's little proclivities, him not going to campaign with him. Strategic mistake which he made. Now, I was kind of leaning, say, I love Gore to win, but the moment he decides him now campaign with Clinton, I decided I'm not supporting him. So I'm going with George W. Now, everybody in my crew always consider me to be weird with me and the Republican candidates. And I try to make the point that, George W. behaved like he was an idiot, but he's really not an idiot. He just behaved like an idiot because he was a rumhead and he used to drink and drunk and drop and wake up for days and all of that. So he was really my kind of guy. But I think that he would have be a better person to lead America than Al Gore. Him too stiff. And there's some things about him that I wouldn't trust. Anyway, we all know what took place in 2000, what happened, how that election went. Some people said Bush stole it. Some people said the Supreme Court handed it to him. So, hanging Chad and all kind of foolishness going on down in Florida there. And the whole of them everybody was just up in arms about stuff. In the end, George W. Bush won the election. And he became president of the United States. And the world was still a little bit skeptical because them think he was an idiot and them think he was a cowboy. And them afraid of cowboys because cowboys tend to be trigger happy. And they were right about that. But immediately, just less than a year after George W. Bush became president of the United States, 9/11 took place. The man them run some plane in the building them down in New York, crash one down in Pennsylvania, and run one in the Pentagon in DC. 9/11 crippled the world finances, crippled everything. I think that like COVID, we have not recovered from some things. I think that some parts of the world, even us, we have not recovered from 9/11 in some respect, because the entire financial world closed down for like 2 days, and that was thing, But when 9/11 happened, I watched the whole thing unfolding, and I said to my crew, Buck and them, I said, well, here's where I stand on this now. I am glad. I was very glad on 9/11 that George W. Bush was president of the United States when that happened. Because it gave me a little pause, well, more than a little pause, to think that should something like that have happened under the leadership of Al Gore, what it would have looked like, because what? Al Gore is a chicken. Him not a war with nobody, him want the world to be saved and everybody should live in peace. Why did I feel that George Bush was better for a crisis like 9/11? I felt that way because no matter how nobody looked on it, no matter who did what, 9/11 was being planned for many years. The final analysis is somebody have to pay. Somebody have to pay for that. And I don't think Al Gore would have had the guts to make somebody pay for that. But George W. did. In pick Saddam. Somebody have to pay. And in pick Saddam. Made a lousy case, but he did. And that is how it went. I'm saying to you tonight that coming out of Melissa and the destruction that she has heaped upon some parts of the island, St. Elizabeth and all of that, I am glad that I chose Jamaica. Aren't you? Aren't you glad that you chose Jamaica? Aren't you glad that you went out and voted for your JLP candidate? Aren't you glad that Andrew Holness is the Prime Minister of Jamaica in this crisis? Let me hear it now. Tell me. Talk up now. Are you glad? Because I am. I am elated. Because to think, can you imagine if these guys were in charge of this? Just close your eyes for a second and think about it. Can you imagine if these guys were in charge of this and this crisis hit us? What would have happened? With them pettiness, them treacherous, dirty behavior, look something for thief, cause them hungry and them dying for thief back some state money, cause them businesses are fail. And who want to minister? Try and imagine Dawes as your Minister of Health in this crisis. Try and imagine Wavy Lines as your Minister of Sports in this crisis. Try and imagine Mark Jefferson as your Prime Minister in this crisis. Just imagine it for a second and tell me what's going on in your mind. Try and imagine that. So tonight, we give thanks and we praise the Lord that indeed we chose Jamaica, and it was a brilliant choice. Brilliant choice. The world showed up for Jamaica. The entire world shows up for Jamaica. I have never seen anything like this anywhere in the world. The world never show up for America in 9/11. The world never show up for them in a Katrina. The world don't show up for nothing nowhere. The world show up for Jamaica instantaneously, in real time. People just show up for Jamaica. It is an amazing thing to observe. They showed up in a real way. It is not an ordinary show up. The world shows up for Jamaica, and it is not an ordinary show up. It's a big, splendious, loud, enough liquor, enough kind of thing show up for Jamaica. And they showed up with fanfare and bells and whistles and excitement. They showed up. And thank God for social media, the video, and them go out for your things. And my king, King Charles III, was the first one to raise his hand and say, I got you, Jamaica. I got you. And the people of Britain said, that's not enough, King. We want more. And they said, all right. I could deliver more for Jamaicans. The people of Britain reminded the king and the fool prime minister down there that Jamaica is still a British place. The monarchy is still our head of state. And I, for one, I'm glad for that. I don't want to lose that, but some people do. I don't want to lose that. The king is our head of state. We know who him nothing, him know who we nothing. Me and Motley say Andrew Oles is our brother. El Salvador showed up for Jamaica. Nosotros, as you, whatever word is, nosotros, are you there or something? I don't know what it say. We will help. But one thing that really jerked me in terms of the world showing up for Jamaica is the Prime Minister of the Cayman Islands, Mr. Ibanks, Andre. Him decide that him never just show up for Jamaica but send some stuff. Him decide that he might carry them himself, he might come. And Mr. Ibanks, Prime Minister of the Cayman Islands, Andre Ibanks, got up, pack him bag, pack some stuff, and said, I got Jamaica, I can't go get Andrew, I go look for Andrew, my friend. I go show him so we got him. So I go. But Mr. Ibanks never just did that. Mr. Ibanks called the man that he beat in May. Was it May? May was their elections, I think. And Mr. Ibanks won. And the man that he beat in that May elections, Mr. Ibanks took up a phone and said, yo, Joe, what's name again? Joe something like that. Forgive me, Joe, I don't remember your name. But Ibanks took up a phone and said, yo, Joey, you hear me? Jamaica need me, we're going to look for Andrew. I pack some things, me and go. You know what I come? And Joey say, yeah, man. Yeah, man, me come. Me come. And the Prime Minister of the Cayman Islands pack him bag, pack some stuff for Jamaica. He might go down there. He might go look for Andrew. He might go look for Kamina. He might go look for Babsy. He might go look for him friend them. Him friend them not trouble and he might go down there. He not send nobody might go. And he did one better. Him called the guy who him beat in the last election, who's now the opposition leader, and him said to the guy who him beat, me I go down there, more you come with me. You want to come? And the big man, cause man a man, boy a boy. The big man said, yeah, you come. You ready? Me ready, man. Where we leave now? No, man, I'm morning. Joseph Hugh is the name of the guy. Joseph Hugh, H-E-W. We call him Joey. And the man Joey got on a plane with a whole bunch of stuff for Jamaica. And them come down here to come give them friend a hug and tell him never mind, we got you and we know it's tough, but we're there for you. It's a wonderful thing when friends show up in hard times, you know. The world showed up for Jamaica. Our famous Jamaicans showed up. Our artists, our athletes, our sports icons, every single smaddy across the world showed up for Jamaica in some way. They would have showed up personally, showed up in another way. Billy Graham started an evangelical group called Samaritan Purse some years ago. Billy Graham, and they came and they built a water filter thing down in St. Elizabeth. The world, Billy Graham and crew showed up for Jamaica. Them come check Andrew and him angels them and him guys them. For tell them say, we got you. We see it, we know what going on, we're with you, and we want you to know so we're there. And them take the opportunity to come, drink some rum, eat some jerk chicken, I would imagine. But they showed up for Jamaica. The Cayman Prime Minister packed some stuff to go show up for Jamaica and asked his opposition if he want to come. There you go down there. I could go. And they came together. Why do you see where I'm going with this? The Prime Minister and his opposition leader, both of whom are still the King's Prime Minister and opposition leader, come together and showed up for Jamaica. Somebody need to look for Mark Gold and lick him in the face. No, nobody don't lick him. Can box him. No violence. But big thing. Now I'm going to say some things that you all might not agree with. And the people of Black River and St. Elizabeth going to vex with me about it. But here it is. You have to face the responsibilities. You have to face the music. Because you're not going to get away with blaming everybody and blaming government, although successive governments are to be blamed. Why Black River still remained as it was. Black River for mash up long time. Long time Black River for mash up. Black River is one of the oldest towns in the world. It's amongst the oldest towns in the world. Black River, that used to be a port for, sugar, maybe some other things. One of the oldest seaport town in the world. And matter of fact, Black River older than DC. Black River is older than Washington DC. Was established and in operation long before Washington DC, maybe 100 years before. Black River is older than the capital of Canada, Ottawa, I think. Black River is older than Ottawa. And I'll do some historical facts. Maybe, well, not facts, but the history might be a little bit fuzzy. Black River is probably older than New York. Some history might tell you New York was established in the 1600s. I don't believe that this. There are some earlier history and you can't find those books anymore that suggests that New York wasn't established until the 1700s, probably after the 1700, yeah. And then when the Duke of York went to, in charge of down there and named it New York. Black River is an old town. Should have been like a heritage site for many moons. I don't know if it was or was not. But if it was an heritage site, then the heritage people have some explaining to do. This is an old town with old building, hundreds and hundreds of years old buildings. There are hardly any modern building down here. All them do is do fixer-uppers, add to them, picture of that and put on that and plaster on that to make money. And the big businesses that rent out these buildings or rent out these old buildings and slap on some little things on them and make money from them. like the furniture stores and the telecommunication people and all the rest of them. These are very, very old buildings. The whole place should have mashed up years ago, decades ago. So now, it mashed up. Don't look at this as a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's renewal. It's rebuilding. Building, rebuilding better. Rebuilding so that it won't mash up again. Rebuilding so that we recognize that it's a seaport. Rebuilding so you know that you can't build no building on the side of the sea or on the sea wall, or your building can't be at the same level of the sea. Rebuilding better. So I, for one, sorry that people lost their livelihood. Sorry that everybody's life is topsy-turvy right now. But Black River should have mashed up a long time. The first day, the next day I said that to everybody. Why Black River mashed up? I said that should have mashed up a long time. Long time. So now, so we have a new legacy to rebuild Black River with new structure, new using all of the data that is required to teach us how to build structures in places like those. And for those old buildings that are mashed up, we now need to mash them up. All of them. Mash up everything. Clear them out. Let's rebuild. Let's turn Black River into a heritage site. But build good buildings. Because the people who rented those buildings don't belong to half the people that have business here, don't own those buildings. It's rent the building or them capture the building. And some other man say, and me forget the rent. We know how those things work. And them don't do nothing to them. Nobody check nothing happened for so many years that nobody no business with the new standards of building and the environmental concerns. Nobody business with that. Out of my ice cream shop, my business place, where I have my shop. It's not my building, it's an old building. It's an old building built with 4-inch blocks. When I first rented it, it was a mess. Them used to cook it out. The walls, them rotting down. When I started to fix it up, and my first task was to clean down the wall with all that grease and grime. And in cleaning on the wall was falling apart. I didn't complain to the owner. We grew up together and live foreign. But I don't complain. I tear off the entire thing. I can't somebody block them in there already, but I tear off all the coverings of the flaky cement and basically rebuild the walls. Now the ice cream shop. And I maintain it. Something that nobody else does who rent things out here. I maintain it like it's my own. I fix it up like it's my own because I intended for it to be a safe place. Not up to scratch in terms of standard, but you can't sell ice cream in a dump. The place there to fix up and look pretty. And I did. But the people who rent these old buildings, they don't care about doing the necessary things. Just the bare necessary. And them concentrations about making money. So them now fix it up. So it's for mash up long time. I'm not sorry at all that Melissa came and mashed it up. I am sorry that people lost their livelihood. I'm sorry that people, feeling distressed about stuff. But for a town that was established in the 1700s, and some of those very buildings are still there. Well, I'm not there no more. It is something to look at, to consider. And it should have been an heritage site for the longest while, and nobody can blame the one government because it did it for many, many moons, so successive governments. Never saw the wisdom, and Black River was once the capital of St. Elizabeth. But after I come to a couple of years ago, I thought it was still the capital of St. Elizabeth. Please don't beat me up. I did. Because I thought it was so much more important in terms of, and has so much more historical value for it to be the capital other than Santa Cruz or wherever is the capital. You know, I thought so much. So I was still thinking in my mind that Black River was still the capital. Should have been. And it's not. It's not a heritage site. Well, I don't have no concrete proof of that. I'm guessing it's not, because if it is, then the heritage people they need need to put out some explanation. How could you make a heritage site like this decay so badly that now we're in this kind of precare? Decay bad, and everybody come and build something on the seaside, right near the level of the sea. Some people gone deeper than the level of the sea. I mean, the risks that you all take to establish a business down there, and nobody did anything and call upon anybody else to do anything to make it good. It's a long time them the old building them need for mash up. So now we are in renewal and rebuilding. Now what talk about that? I could not sit here and say, boy, I'm sorry for everybody that lost their homes. I am not. I have to be very honest with you. I am not sorry for everybody that lost homes. I'm very sorry for the people who lost their lives, particularly children. Truly very sorry about that. That their parents put them in that position for them not to be with us today. That I'm sorry about. I'm not sorry that the whole tumble down house them won't have down their call house, blow down and mash up. I'm not sorry. Them needed to blow down and them needed to mash up. I'm sorry that it happened this way. What could I be? I want to tell you about people who live in a raggedy house. 8 of them. It's not making up but telling you, these are people I know. Every time I go that ends and I check with any of them and I see them come to Kingston and them pass by and check me. But Karen, you know, say, when they come and see me house, Karen, you know, so me and when they attack and me attack, say, oh, why you come down to come fix up the house with? They mean the house want to build about 20 years ago. We're not done yet and can't reach nowhere yet because we're busy at travel, go foreign and buy new car. Huh? Well, that backside got blown down. I couldn't believe it. A concrete, you know? A concrete. But it got mashed up in the blow along, but it mashed up. The roof gone completely. Everything in there mashed up. And it's not that. Them now have a little bit of means. Could have fixed it and fortified it. The first time I go down there and I giving them advice, and all of them girls say, I can put together and the Karen come do it for you know. The Karen come do it for you. Of course, I take them on for it, but that them I say. No, out the door. Now there are people yard. Now not struggle about home. And ready to blame somebody. Of course we're not going to blame somebody. And it's a whole his fault. Of course it is. Everything I feel fault. Therefore when it all get good, all got him too. I wanna have these houses only living in. When we go to a resistance store and we went to St. Elizabeth, Michelle made a comment when I said to Michelle, say, but Michelle, them the house you know, why these people? And Michelle said, why them there years upon years and nothing happened to them? Well, something happened to them now. We're not rejoicing. We're not celebrating it. I want them to understand that each of them must take some personal responsibility for the plight. And nobody do it too, no. It's nature. It's natural. The environment that Uno help destroy, Bola will help destroy, is now fighting back. That's all it is. We spend years, decades destroying the environment. And now the environment start to fight back. That's all. So yeah. I live in a little raggedy house. I saw a or a foundation on social media with a young lady saying that she was working at the hotel the night of the storm and she was helping the tourists them, and then she come home and her house gone. Thank God her little baby was with her, but the house gone. And I'm looking at the foundation of the house, and here's what it is. It's 2 rows of block. 2 rows of block. Them stand solid the 2 rows of block, even though not stealing of them. Because of concrete mixture of them. And it built on mostly stones. It appears so, based on the picture. But why tear down? It tear down because it's a normal, natural thing where some little man we can build something. But I beg Johnny do the same, and I him build what she name the place, and I him build where name the thing, so him do the same. Him a mason, him a builder, him is a cobbler, but him can build it. And him do that. Him put up a 2 row block and make a 12 by 14 room. It look like about a 12 by 14. And make a 12 by 14 room. Him put mortar in the blocks and jam the 2 before them near the mortar. That's it. And then put on the plywood them round it. Don't even put in no grooves in it for hold it or no nothing. Not a thing. At the end, the plywood in a house like that, or the plywood, what builders do now is like the 4 corners, them wrap a concrete steel around it. Yes, them cast it. Like when you block up a house. So it just blow down. It just blew down, the house start blow off. And the house was what? Just some lot, some 2 before, and some zinc. And when they put it up here, with some zinc nail, maybe. And yeah, the argument is going to be, we can't afford to build nowhere. And my father land, or my mother land, or my family land, them so we can build a little room, but we can't afford to build nothing but this. Can't afford it. That's the argument. It's a valid argument. She work a hotel, she have a kid. It's a valid argument, but it is not an excuse for setting up something like that to put your people life in danger. So people have to start think and take personal responsibilities for how them do these things. Then there are the councillors who walk around and talk to these people and visit them yard. But because them dons as councillors and them don't know what it is them representing, them must run for being political power. Them now take the time out to say to somebody who them meet up on that. The house is still good enough. Based on the building standard, the parish council, you need to do something about this. I'm going to help you. No! They must come visit about the vote. Them not tell you, oh, you catch that or all man do that not right. Maybe them don't know neither. Them go council for go hustle, them go council for go look for information to share with the people. So there. That's it. So she had one blow away. Thank God her life. She's alive, we can build one. And probably build a better one. The political representatives at the local level can't escape some of the responsibilities. Because nobody explained to them that part of your responsibility in the parish council is to make people know what the laws are that govern buildings. You don't have to hold them to exact standards. But look at the rural areas that you are in charge of. And you walk up and down to some muddy rural areas and look vote all hours a night. And you don't take the time out to have a discussion with the whole of the citizens up there and tell them, say, them house setting and now go work should we have a hurricane. There's a cheap and good way you can do this and do that and bet that the son set it up properly. Them not do it. Well, them not do it because them can't do it or them can't. Them don't know. Maybe them don't know. I am more inclined to believe that them don't know. So them can't share that information with nobody. Because them go for hustle. They go for serve and provide information to the citizens who never asked to vote for them. So now, you not blame the government. And government did tell you, the bill says so. And that's not our house bill. Our local representative can't tell you nothing because them don't know. You see what kind of pressure we need? You see the pressure we need? Yeah, that's the pressure we need. And yeah, nice to be back, darling. And yeah, let us pray for them. Let us hold them in our prayers. Let us keep them in our hearts. Let us pray that the children are not traumatized too much. Our children are very resilient. Them can go through these kind of crises and don't go through no whole mental things. Hello everyone. I get in the hello when I see you. I'm going to take 1 or 2 calls when I finish. So let us pray. God handed down 10 commandments to Moses. You some mountain, somewhere in Genesis. Moses go up there, go bawl to God. God never called Moses and tell him come for the commandment. Moses go up there, go bawl because the children of Israel are giving him problem. The Israelites, them are giving him problem. I try and move them to safer place and them are cause problem. So Moses decides to go up there on the mountain, go cry and call out to God and tell God, say, I know if you do something, if you tell him what you do again now. Spend some time up in the mountains and came back down with the tablet of the 10 commandments. When Jesus came on the scene, years after, those 10 commandments were still in operation, yeah. But Jesus himself reclassified some of those commandments. Jesus himself, all the commandments, there's just the two most important ones. The first one is, thou shalt have no other God but me. Don't worship my father's idol and me the only God. That's what God said to them. Jesus said that thou shalt have no other God but me. That is the most, two of the most. Jesus reclassified it and said there are only 2 very important commandments. And one is, thou shalt have no other God than me. And that is a fairly cut and dry commandment. Just like thou shalt not kill. Fairly cut and dry. Most people in the world are not killers. Verse 1 might seem like a big thing, but it's a small majority, it's a small amount of people are real killers. Not the whole place. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. I don't know. Jesus was hoping that nobody now go mash up your neighbor's relationship. But as wife, Jesus never said girlfriend or boyfriend, so I don't know, maybe that work. But those are pretty cut and dry commandments. For me, Jesus' second most important commandment, and Jesus is the one who reclassified the commandments and narrowed it down to these 2 as being the most important. Thou shalt have no other God but me. And the second one, love thy neighbor as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And Jesus didn't ask some impossible things of us, you know. He did. Jesus asked us to do things that he must know in our mind, say, we can't manage some of those things. Love thy neighbor as thyself is the most liberal commandment. Matter of fact, it is so far left liberal commandment. Socialism don't begin to describe it. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You cook oxtail, because you love oxtail, cook some for your neighbor. That not happen. Never happen. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Neighbor house, I catch a fire, me first I throw a bucket of water. Now that we can do. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Jesus asks us to do that. And Jesus asks us to do that because Jesus knows. He knows what we are, who we are. He knows before we think it. He want to put an idea in our head that in times of need and trouble and in the hardest of times, we must stand up for each other. And we must love thy neighbor as thyself. And I said to somebody today, when I'm talking about how things bad down the devastated areas, and I said to them, we need to stop it. place mash up. That is as bad as it gets. Jack Nicholson said, what if this is as good as it gets? Well, that's as bad as it gets. The place mash up. Families are dislocated. They have to take some personal responsibility for that. The children are out of school. What about those kids doing PEP next year and have special PEP class? I mean, this is going to be one rotted headache, hard thing to get through. And once again, I pause to say, what a lucky thing we chose Jamaica. Because this is going to be hard. So there are the PEP students who are doing PEP next year, just a couple months away. And they are dislocated, the uniform them wet up and wash away, the bag and the book them wash away, the house gone. Them. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Then there's the CXC students. What about them? What about time now to start pay for them? Everything gone. Everything gone because them parents never listen to what the government said they must do because them not like government. They don't like government when they want to blame government to think when they want justice for something. Government say pack up the stuff them, leave out. Because you live in that era where things bad. And you put your pit in them future at risk by staying and by doing what you do and build them like a tattoo they don't call it house. I will not beat you up about what the economic conditions are. I'm talking about your personal responsibility to ensure that your children are safe. That's it. Safe. Don't the poor putting them life up in tumble. And the ministry and Miss Dana have to go find a brand new program now. Because the children doing PEP next year and the CXC pitting them can't be left to the overall system. At all. Them can't be left to the overall system. Do you need specific things to them? How you get by the PEP students them on track? How you get the CXC people them out of that mindset and that thinking where them parents put them in? And Mother Nature came knocking. And they are now the victims of bad decisions by their parents and the victim of our destruction of the environment. So Miss Dana, one of Andrew's angels, you have to deal with that. All I know, we pack up the schools them. We need to come out. We need to come out every people school. School need to be sanctified and clean up and so people can start get themselves back in that frame of mind to get back to normal. The sooner the better. And someone will cock up with themselves in the schoolyard, in the school building, them think says on a permanent resident. It's not a permanent resident. I don't go down there, but I get every information I need to get from our people, them are geniuses. Them know if we're going to get information. Only that school become the yard wash away. And I can't stay in that school all the days of my life. We need to get up, go back up on the yard, go clear up all that, clear up, and start again. And don't bother sit down in school and talk about nobody to come help you. You better get your ass up. Because nobody never help you unless you get your ass up. Personal responsibility. You know, stand up like big people now, man. Because you feel in the children. You feel in them. With no bad decisions. Nobody now help me. And I said to somebody today, them now suffer down there. The place flat, them things gone, them have to wash in the river. But every single one of them who see a truck with a package, everybody at least get 10 package already. I'm talking about everybody getting 10 package individually. Nobody don't get no one package. Nobody can still out them not get no package. Maybe there are one or two people them still not reach yet. But everybody that have access to packages and van and JDF and Shaggy and the rest of them, all of them go with piss fat load of package. All of them. And we listen out for them. When they call they can talk about them do nothing for them. And they don't get nothing. Next thing you know, Kentucky send 500 big deal down there. And them say them never see young of 3 people, them say get big deal. So maybe Mr. Oldest guy with the rest of big deal them in yard. We know who not come with. We know who no. We're not Jamaican, we too. We're Jamaican too. Not like we are you. We are you. They are, we know. They are you. I know. So we know. But we can't stay in school. We have to get up. Hey Ray, how you doing, my brother? Boy, I do love you. Say hello to your wife for me. We can't send that people in school. Get on the ass up, go back up a which part the house, blow down, and start clear that up. But talk about government, no come clear up. Now go clear up your house and your yard. Beg the government a shovel. Beg them a machete. Now that. Beg them something. Get your pit in them. Start show some remorse for the place that you put your children in right now. And go fix up and go start clean up. We don't expect you to build up, but start clean up and gather and start run down the rice and the bread and the railway and go look to put them uniform. Because them wash way. Because they never do the government tell them to do. So they put them uniform wash way. Who fought that? Mr. Wallace? Mr. Vaz? Mr. Tufton fought that? They put them uniform wash way? No! And you! The government tell you if you live in a particular area where you know that can't sustain, that can't stay, move, get up, pack up the essential things and go away. No. You can't bother your stay. So get up. Get up and start go up on the yard. Because if you don't go up on the yard, government will find it easier. But I sit down in the school and gripe. But nobody not do nothing, food, nobody not do nothing. And then see some news media, people start tell some old lie about where you never get. After you one get 10 bread already. Because we know the whole already get 10 bread already. Everybody already get 10 bread a piece. Because a whole heap of Kentucky and Burger King. I will never tell a lie from Mr. All the same things of Kentucky and Burger King. No, never do that. Because we know no. Get up and start to clean up on the place. And do that. When you collect the 3 bags and you go up the hill with the 3-4 bags, remember to love your neighbor as yourself. Find out if somebody who can't walk good or still under pain never get a bag, so you want to go left one with her or him. Find that out before you move with the 10 bag you alone. Bag a tear you down. Bag a wear you down the way you have bag. And make the news media America talk about how they're struggling for food and fighting for food. Not true. Not true is a damn lie. We're not struggling for the food, we're not fight for the food. We're just nice, we're not get it. I don't want 10 bag. So there's always a little crew stand up. Yeah, keep on, you know? Yeah, keep on, you know? We don't get none, you know? Yeah, we know, no. That's Jamaican. We know the whole thing. We know the work. Start dealing with the children then. Or they left them in this little preke. And all of that. I'm going to say no. Alright. Let's do this then, huh? What you say? My drawer full of cockroaches? Of course it's full of cockroaches. A drawer with cockroaches. What do you think? Anyway. Thank you. Share the life, people. When you get the 10 bread, share one with somebody who never get none. Who never couldn't reach down there because, you know, for some reason or the other. Everybody driving down to St. Elizabeth. And you're not vexing me tonight too. I got you. I will bring it up a little bit. There. Everybody I drive down to St. Elizabeth. Under the guise that they might carry something. So them go somewhere and then buy a bag of rice and 2 cases of water And it is great that you're thinking about your neighbor, that you want to carry something. It is great that you want to do that. You want to carry on something. Someone don't know nobody down there, don't have nobody down there. But the whole on to get up, buy out the whole of Price Mart. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because you want to help. But most of us want to go look. Most of us want to look and take picture and do video. Some of you. Want to stop going on, man. Stop going on there. If you have something to say to the people, man, hand it over to the JDF. Because all of them pack up down there that hinder the progress. Government can't move because too much out down there. And then, too much out down there, government can't move. You don't blame government because government's slow. What wrong with you now? You can't have it both ways. You have one case of water and 2 bags of rice. Can't give the JDF. But no, you want to go down there yourself. You want to go down there damn self. You see the road. You see the crisis. And you want to add to the damn crisis because you want to go yourself. What wrong with you now? Take the self out of the people them space, man. Make the tractor them get for go. And the big truck them and the bulldozer them. And all the people who are big build the filter thing to clean up the water. Make them go. Move out of the road, move out of the waste, stay out in the yard. Buy the rice, buy the mackerel, buy the whatever. Give the JDF. The JDF not thief nothing. And none of them accuse the JDF of nothing. Make a war with them. Give it to the JDF. They will get it down there. Give it to the ministry. They will get it down there. You have to trust on the government to do this. Trust the government to do this. Because we are lucky. We were smart on September 3rd when we went into those polling stations and put our X squarely beside choosing Jamaica, which now allow us to have as our leader Andrew Willis. Can you imagine if you have that buffoon as the leader of the country? Mark Golding. Can you imagine that? I want to start going on there now, man. Too much things going on. The cleaning up is very important. And government are clear road and clean up places. All out who were sitting there, people from school and people in church, because the house boy go clean up on a yard. Find on a yard. Beg the tractor people if the car to go up there for the car and go up the road. And that's what you must do. Climb pan tractor, say up there so I live. Me have up go to the cap, they call it the mount of the captain. Go at them the car. Go start clean up your own yard. And pack with the debris and throw away debris. Well, I say look a fellow. I say gentleman. Him send me a video. How am I doing? Clean up and find back some of the good boy them from the piece of tattoo him. But my bill back. My bill back. The schools, the hospitals. Now hear me thing now with the hospital. Government after government after government after government. There are 2 places in this country that must be able to withstand a category 5 or a category 6 or a category 10, according to Mr. Trump. Hurricane. And that is the hospitals and the schools. That is grace. It's that one government is successive governments over years. How the hell can you have hospital house that blow off? So Mr. Tufton need to concentrate his efforts not only on keeping make sure that there's no disease outbreak, and make sure so our kids are healthy and water, him and the Ministry of Water stay healthy, but concentrate the effort on fortify those hospitals, man. Rebuilding hospitals with hurricane-proof building is the only, if there's no safe place during hurricane, it should be those 2 places, the school and the hospital. Then there must be hurricane-proof. It's not Mr. Tufton's fault alone, you know. He was the minister now, but there were other ministers before him too, and prime ministers. All of them combined together is to be blamed for the fact that How hospital roof a fly off? What the hell? Hospital roof never fly off, and that's how we shall run for hide from whoever coming, whether it's Melissa or Tom. That's where we should be hiding. And that's how we drink hot soup and tea when storm a rage out a door. That for safe and fortified. No look for nothing. And nobody not take a chat for nobody because I am going to be on it. Mr. Tufton, I like you very much. You're an effective minister. We need hospital who can withstand. Listen to me. You must never, what Ram Emmanuel said, never make a good crisis go to waste. Never allow a good crisis to go to waste. So now politicians, this is also an opportunity to build legacies. But build back hospital good and proper. And so don't talk about money. You can build it, find money, work for money. There. It'll come. Build hospital. Fortify schools. In those low-lying areas in particular. Put hospitals in proper places where it's not in the way of overflowing sea and sea level rise up on it and all of that. I'll fix that. And school. And the schools. That's me. Now the international news media has been basically good, but them into sensationalism. So many of them out there spreading all kind of propaganda and bad news. And because some of them subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I subscribed to theirs, and that was the deal. I just subscribed to your channel, now subscribe to mine. That was when I set up the channel. And because I say this, when I cut it out, there's a stone when I come along, because we know about the name. I'm not calling the name. When I cut it out, Jamaica not destroyed. Jamaica not mash up. Jamaica not stress and pressure. Jamaica just had a hurricane. And in some parts of Jamaica, that hurricane landed and mashed up the place. And we die straight down there. And we need help to build it back. And we appreciate the international help and support. We don't want to add to it by adding no lie. Because we're calling out upon it. Calling out upon it. Alright? So we don't like that. But when I go down here, I make friends and go out with that kind of thing. I could big up Jamaica, help me big up Jamaica, the land of wood and water. Now let's talk a little bit about our Prime Minister and his and the role that he was born to take on. When I tell you that during the elections, there was no way, no how that Mark Golding was ever going to win an election. And that is because God already made his choice. God made his choice long time. It was going to be Mark Golding. God chose Andrew Wallace, and he showed us with the kids, with the children. Al Gore didn't win in 2000. 9/11 happened in 2001. Thank God we had George Bush who could kick some ass and shoot back some people and exact some revenge from some people and tell them, so come back now and come try that. We're going to lick off the whole out of their head. Andrew Wallace, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Mr. Wallace, but not right now. Go pause that a little bit. Let's talk about Mark Jefferson. How we go back to Mr. Wallace? But let's talk about Mark Jefferson. Before Melissa came, Mark Jefferson once again displayed his utter dislike and hatred for this country when he did not show up at the National Heroes Day Awards. Didn't show up. Didn't show up because them black people that were fight our theme white masters like Sam Sharp, start Christmas war, and burn down place, and Nanny, we have beat up theme ancestors them. Him now go at that. Now go celebrate now, National Heroes Day, because of the same black people, the descendants of those very same black people that just voted against him. So now go. And we know him not feel well. We know he hasn't been well since September 3rd. We know him suffering serious psychological problems. Him have issues. We know him can't get over it. That him lose. So we know. We know him drop down a party headquarters the night of election. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about it. But him drop down. People have to catch him and hold him up and carry him. We know Sandra says she now going to swear in ceremony with him because him lose. And him have a drop and down and tell us she going to win. And she going to be first lady. And she vex. She going to go. So we know him not well. Does it mean that we should forgive him? Does it mean that we should look past all him little ickies because him not well? Absolutely not. Him don't like us. And I like to tell him we feel the same way about him. We don't like him either. Him don't like us, we don't like him. So him don't show up at the Heroes Day thing. And to throw salt in the wound to let us know just how much him hate us. Him send a recently elected MP, an amateur first-time MP, Bunting. I should not call her that. Somebody who has never been in politics ever, except now. Somebody who also has no regard for our history and what National Heroes Day ceremony stands for. Him send she. He told me that carry on the other day upon them, when yesterday or the day before, upon them thing. I get to that. So before Melissa, him send that. No go. And him send she. And that was an insult to us. Again. And each time he insults us, then him get up and him making demands of our government and making demands of us after him just thump us down or box us down or spit on us or disregard us. Then him get up and start make demands. Yeah. So him they come. Now go the thing. But him make demands. And then him have a cabal of liars out there on social media. His is one of deep and utter disappointment that Dayton Campbell convinced him that he was going to be Prime Minister of Jamaica and convinced a whole lot of people to say it, that he was going to be Prime Minister of Jamaica, only to realize that there was never any way that he was going to be Prime Minister of Jamaica. Him suffering from some deep, serious matter. Him not there. So every time him get the opportunity, him just come out here and do some things and say some things to show us how he feels about us. And yeah, we feel the same way about you, boss. Maybe even worse. Him demanding that the Prime Minister meet with him to discuss the upcoming hurricane. Prime Minister invite him to a meeting and go. Then him come out and him say, I was the one who told the Prime Minister where we got this money as I suggested to the Prime Minister. Like a real dirty, nasty, raw Englishman. I suggested it, so him give way because me suggested. That's my argument. That's what I'm saying, you know. I suggested it, so that's why I'm give way because I'm me suggested. I'm going to meet and him give way. And he put up on social media page 1.5 million packages of food going out to his constituents. Part of the 1.5 million that he got, that he suggested that the Prime Minister give them. Them get $3 million. You don't know that? You didn't know them get $3 million each MP? Ian Hayes was telling us them get $3 million before Melissa. Him and Dayton Campbell, they were telling us them get $3 million for help to prepare for Melissa. I bet them don't tell you that. And them out there with a barrage of lies and misinformation and caused me to be here tonight when I'd rather be sleeping because I'm working hard. I'm tired. And all of us on social media taking a break because we're tired. But we can't allow him to be out here getting away with these things. So him should just now say, welcome Karen. Because if I've come on every day for deal with me, I will. Because I will not allow him. I will not allow him. Him and him cabal of liars, this press conference. Have you looked at these people? Take a good look at them at this press conference and then they want lead country. Just look at them. Don't even listen to what them say. Just look at them. Look at them. Good. Them don't want lead country. When you hear Dr. Dawes talk, Dr. Dawes used to be rated as a high society big doctor in the country. No, he was a buffoon. He was probably the biggest clown now over there. Them they want lead country. Put up your hand, man. And say we're glad we choose Jamaica. Put up your hand and not say we not hand. Put up your hand. So we're glad we choose Jamaica. Now, him out there keeping all kind of press conference and meetings, saying all kinds of things that him think that him deserve and him demanding. Then, you know? The Prime Minister of the Cayman Islands came down here with the opposition leader for the Cayman Islands. The man him just beat up the other day to come show solidarity with Jamaica, hang out with Andrew and tell him say everything is going to be okay. While the opposition leader in Jamaica is walking around making utterances and keeping press conferences to tell the world, not giving up, sowing discord, creating disunity, creating spectre of suspicions around this chaotic effort. Him out there sowing discord, displaying himself to the world, because it's the same thing that him started. Him want the world to not trust us. Him want the world to believe that we are not good people. The same thing him did when him had him people them demonstrating and protesting on foreign soil, debasing and nastying up Jamaica's name, because him not get to be leader of the country. All because him not get to be prime minister. Him doing all of that. And my good, well, not my friend, but I like Gordon Robinson, said something today, I think, or yesterday, I don't know. The PNP is done, it gone, it don't exist anymore. Where on God's green earth would you see an upper leader of the PNP out here in this crisis? Displaying this dirty behavior to the world. Him and him people them. Can them follow behind him? Them come with a mission. Their mission is to disrupt, mislead, tell lies, mash down everything. Them can't get over the fact that they lost. And them need to keep him happy by acting out what him acted out. Him vexed, him unnerved, him have serious mental issues, him lost. And them can't just go on like things normal. Them better act up with him too. And those are the people that will elect. Who don't know Westmoreland? Melissa was coming for Uno. Who do you think would have escaped Melissa? Melissa sorry that she had to go to St. Linda to reach, you know. And Uno she have come for. Uno poor, destitute, dunce, PNP voters down at Westmoreland. Look who choose to be Uno members of parliament. Look for Uno now. I am just going to sit here and see how Uno and them are going to work that out. Because Uno can build back them little board, rackety houses that Uno get blown up, got blown away. Uno can build them back and them not going to help Uno do it. Them in that distress, them in dire distress right now. Because we elect them. We elect them because them pay Uno. And this is one time when we're going to stand up for Dayton Canberra. Can you imagine? We're going to stand up for Dayton Canberra, we're going to stand up for Ian Hayes, we're going to stand up for Vaz. Them pay Uno for vote for them. Every single one only get paid. So guess what? Them not own nothing. Them don't own a thing. Nothing. You can sleep under under the stars day after day, night after night, and make sun burn day after day. Them don't own a thing because we get 15 and 20 and 25,000 for the vote. Now once you pay for your vote, the man you vote for don't owe you crap. You can't ask for no road. You definitely can't ask for the road. Can't talk about the water problem. You get paid. You said to them, give me 20,000, I'm going to vote for you. Do you not owe you nothing? They are talking for the man, them don't owe you nothing. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do? Tell them they have nothing to give you now. That's why they have behave so. Them promise you all kind of things. Take the 15,000, take the 20, go vote for me. I'm going to do a better job. I'm going to help you now. You also want to fix up here, I'm going to help you. When you say you want, you put on your roof, I'm going to help you. Now them can't help you. Because nobody not give them the money to spend. Them not spend a cent in this. Not even $1. This government can't take up and give them. Not even $1. The only people that will be spending the money, the government and the councillors and the council caretakers. Them the MP there will promise you the money. A market talk about each time if you get 50 million, make him get out a fee in 65 million US we have in him account. According to him declarations. 65 million US we have in him US account. Make him good get them out of that. Not a cent to not forget. Election of consequences. And yes, it's a national crisis. And yes, when the house get blown, and the food the fault when the house get blown. Of course it's your fault. Who's fault? It's your fault and your house and you build it. It's a prefer house. Part of prefer hill. Or near a sea or never build good or two pieces of board catch up on them one another. I only never pack up with the government telling them to leave. I only never put away the things, I never go to the shelter. Who for fault? It's not government fault. The government have a responsibility for help you know. But don't believe for 1 second that the government have a responsibility to build back the body house. And whoever telling you that is a lie. All the aid that coming in will be helping people to get back on their feet. However that might look, that might also include helping some people with some cement and some block and whatever, yeah. But the government not build back the house nobody. The government not mash up the house. Government they tell you to say, it a come out, go somewhere else. Secure your thing. But you didn't listen. So him, walking around complaining and quarreling and making life difficult. Him want helicopter. Can you imagine? Him want JDF helicopter to fly around with. But what insurance agent? What am I going to do? Assess? Because the only way him could get a JDF helicopter full time for go fly around is unless at the end of those tours him go sit down in him office at the opposition leader office and start write some checks and send them some money and some truck. That's the only way you can get a helicopter unless I provide resources. And the Prime Minister can't give me a helicopter. Prime Minister give me a helicopter, the Prime Minister need to pay for it because of our money. And sometimes the Prime Minister want to be Prime Ministerial and treating this man like him as a good opposition leader. He's not. He has done everything in his power to show this disdain for our people and our politics and our way of life and how things work, our norms and practices. The opposition leader for the Cayman Islands came with him Prime Minister to come show support to Jamaica. The opposition leader, King Charles, opposition leader in Cayman Islands, came with him Prime Minister. The man will just beat him up in a mail and call him all kind of name and then win. And then bring him with him. PJ Patterson and Bruce Golding coming together for them own little effort to help people. That's how this thing work. Two former prime ministers on opposite sides coming together to work with the government Not one time him can't open him mouth and say, we're going, no, him never work with the government. He don't want to do his own thing. You got to do it for your own time with your, go and borrow Mr. Gore helicopter. Do it in your own time and do it in Mr. Gore helicopter. Because so help me gonna go up a JDF with a placard. Me a go up a JDF with a placard. If me seen for no more JDF helicopter. I'm not entitled to none. I'm not a part of the executive branch of government. I'm not have no role in this except to stand up like a man and say we are in a crisis and I'm going to work with the government. Him can't do it in mind feeble. Him can't do it, he must have a feeble mind. If he ever open his mouth and say that, he must drop down. His mind is very, very feeble. So he can't do it. So him out there make trouble. He want the world to see him. He want the world to hear him talk foolishness about what is what. And then forget $50 million like him thinks that somebody elect him. Did somebody elect him to something? Want all the members of parliament to get 50 million and half of them round him. Looking dull and stupid. Looking like them can't even lead a rat pack. Much less people. Go back now on JDF helicopter, let me see you. Come right on placard already for go for JDF. But stand up outside and ask them, what is Mark Golding? Why him riding on JDF helicopter? Why? Is he writing checks for the disaster? Is he packing stuff for the disaster? Him don't have to have nothing, him don't want to have nothing to do with our country. All we ever demand we want. And independent people and private sector. September 3rd, 2025, the Jamaican people elect Mr. Oldest to continue to lead this country. The government in charge of this. The government in charge of this. No private sector. No independent people who don't want to be in charge of something, go put yourself up, make people elect you. Otherwise, go jump off of the bridge or one gully down at St. Elizabeth. Don't come talk about you want independent. And I'm demanding that. And I want this. And I want that. How about just sing a song, I want to go home? Go on, no man. Go home. Go jump off down at Black River and see if you can swim to England. You damn nincompoop. Out there talk about all kind of things. Like you want the world to see you. To create mistrust in our efforts with our government as to what we're doing to help our people. The government is in charge. And the government can bring on whoever they want on board to help them be in charge. But the government better stay in charge for this to work. Because elections have consequences. Learn that. Because as much as all of them in the world would like us to be, oh yeah, let us do that and the opposition and ray, blah, blah. That's not how this will work. The people that will assess the thing told the Prime Minister, I understand, that it's going to take 2.5 to 3 years for this thing to come back together. So all this, when them tell you say you have 2.5 to 3 years, it means you have 18 months. 18 months you have to get this right. So everything never complete within 18 months. But it must be way past what is expected within 18 months. So when PJ write that thing in the Observer and commend you for how you start off and made the suggestions with Danville Walker and what he put in place when he was, I would like to suggest you look at some of what PJ is saying. It makes sense. Look at some of what PJ is saying. Look at some of it. Because this, if anybody don't know, PJ knows that this is also a legacy issue. No independent people now distribute no resources that come in. It's all the government distributing it. No MP not supposed to get the money and nothing for distribute. Councillors and councillor caretakers. And let me tell you why I say that. The councillors and the councillor caretakers know their people. Both sides. So you have a PNP councillor and you have a JLP caretaker. The JLP caretaker know his people. The PNP councillor know his people. So everybody get. Everybody get. And the people, look at people them in the middle, they will get too. Even though they're not on the side, which is very rare. It is the councillors that should be doing this distribution. Not an MP. Make ears and Dayton can go find money. And then promise people money. And then buy vote for 15 and 20,000. Use all the metal and money. I'm Madura. 12 million US when I'm send down there. And them do that. Make them go find stuff. Give them. If it was up to me, every single one out in Westmoreland stay down there and go suffer and build back if it's up to me. But it's not up to me. I'm not government. And government should really not listen to nothing I say about that. Really. Go do the job. And make sure the children them get back on track to go back to school. Make sure the children them in every parish that's affected get back on track. Particularly those doing GSAT, what I call it, PEP now. And the C6 students. So now independent people and no MP now get no money. Not supposed to. Not supposed to be distributed nothing. That's council and government matter. Councillors, councillor caretakers on both sides. Government I do the distribution. And make everybody get something. Everybody should reach something, should reach everybody. And the government should always be clear about what it's doing. And be clear to people as to what you're going to be doing. Because you can't be misleading people that you're building a house to them. You have to make them know clear and simple that nobody not building a house soon. When we distribute the resources and you find back your yard and you have put something together, the councillors will be around to see how we can help with that. But nobody not build back a house to nobody. And the sooner you understand that, the better it is. We're not going to build good house. If we're not going to build good house, councillors will be around to help. They will get the resources to distribute the resources. And while Mark Golding is still out there, spreading all kind of bad vibes and creating all kind of mistrust and division because he not get to be Prime Minister, it seemed to me that he sent out a directive to the Integrity Commission. Now you see this? I want the world watching you soon, I want to listen to me, Jamaica. I want to share the live. Please, I want to make people get this. The Integrity Commission, the commission that has no integrity, the politically motivated non-integrity commission, them, under the directives of the man who wrote that law, Mark Golding, decided, Jamaica, they decided that in the middle of this crisis, they're going to put out a statement and tell Jamaican people, if there's nobody a thief bread, let me know. If you use a 20 bread, come and say, all is left with 2, you make we know. If the Kentucky and the Burger King were there and I 10 people get out of them, you tell we. This commission, an act of parliament, in the middle of this crisis, still on them witch hunt to get the Prime Minister. Supreme Court better put an end to this, so the Prime Minister can do his job. I can't wait for the parliament to get together and rewrite that law. The man them in there, see the crisis, see the stress the Prime Minister have to deal with. Hundreds and thousands of people, children to go back to school, schools that need disinfecting and total cleansing before them go back in it. Hospitals that need rebuilding. One man showing that with a group of people around him. The world come to help him. And Uno put out statement about if the body see no corruption. Trust me, man. Uno shall live some places, man. No, man. No, Jamaica. Uno see this? The man then put out a statement in the middle of a crisis where people lost homes, children lost books and uniform and shoes. where the Prime Minister is up every damn day out there trying to meet people and talk to them and share them grief and reassure them and comfort them, and the international community coming to our aid, and UNO set out statement. I can't wait for the day for me to nominate Daniel Walker to be the next chairman of the Integrity Commission. Can't wait. And the Parliament better move fast on this, because them people, are Mark Golding people, them, Peter Bunting, this PNP Non-Integrity Commission, them on a mission, and them now let up in the middle of a crisis. You know who pointed out to me? Would you like to know who pointed that out to me? The middle of this crisis, that the so-called Integrity Commission sending out a statement to tell Jamaican people, the people in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland and St. James, if 20 bread come and it's only 10 on the sea, we make one know. One who took up the next 10. Yes. We hear say it was supposed to be 2,000 cases of water. When we check a stack, it's only 1,200 was distributed. We want to know who have the next 800 water. I tell you, I'm in several groups, Democratic and Republican groups. And my Republican friend WhatsApp me with the Integrity Commission statement. What's that, Karen? In the middle of a crisis? Is that how you guys operate? No, that's not how we operate. This is just a non-integrity PNP commission on a witch hunt for the Prime Minister's head. And in the middle of a crisis, they thought that is a jolly good idea. Hey, I have a great, jolly good idea. Let's put out this. Let's tell the people in St. Elizabeth that, you know, if Shaggy come and Sean Paul come and his 20 bag them bring around the 900 get, tell us how we can go up and say, hold this yard, go investigate and see if Mark the rest of them. And Mark Golding and them working in tandem. He might do one part and them might do the next part. He might say some shit and them might write statement. Me telling this to the Integrity Commission. When we're walking on thin ice. Very thin ice. When we're walking up on that. And the government must not bow to them. The government must not bow to Mark Golding and bow to the Integrity Commission. When you get the money, when you get the resources, when you get the stuff, run it from people. Don't give a damn about what they say about how much bread. If 2,000 bread come, make 2,500 bread run. Don't give a crap about them. Just do this. I'll take care of them. Don't worry about me and Justice Beswick and the next two criminals in there that them just appoint. And the private sector and them, I beat them up. Has anybody seen the Council of Churches? The Jamaica Council of Churches, the ones that put out this statement when Dennis Strong was appointed, questioning Dennis Strong's appointment to something that them don't know nothing about. Has anybody seen them? No, tell me, have anybody seen the Jamaica Council of Churches? Are they down in St. Elizabeth? Is there any prayer meeting and fasting and praying going on down in St. Elizabeth? Or is Mark people them so? Anything going on about Westmoreland? Any praying, any fasting, any big tent with prayer meeting for save souls and look to Jesus for everything? Is there any of that going on down Westmoreland? Well, let me know, you know. Because in spite of me have so much spies and so much people, I still don't know everything. So let me know. Are there any part of the Jamaica Council of Churches down there? How about Jamaicans for Justice? Anybody see them? Anybody know St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Westmoreland, St. James, Vinette? Have you seen JFJ down there? St. Elizabeth? Jamaicans for Justice, because them get piss pot load of money from international organizations and local organizations. There's a crisis. This demands justice. This demands big time wholesale justice. We need them out there to talk about justice. Issuing out packages and justice for the kids them too. Go back, go sit them pep. And the ones that are going to do them CXC. Anybody see them? Council of Churches. Anybody see Michael Jackson? The one talk about our mouth like Chalai all the time. I rub our mouth for the GG the other day. And the one come out of Paris but me so busy. Anybody see her that from out broad nose woman named Michael Jackson? But think that everything she was deep her mouth in her? She don't have any of them down at St. Elizabeth? Any of them down there in a water boot? I go up to the hills and look up them find Miss Matty and Mr. James who can't find yet. Anybody see them? No? Keep me informed. I would like to know if them down there doing them thing, them justice thing and them God thing, you know? Council of Churches and Jamaicans for Justice and the next one where Trevor Manwood film criminal self far. Them there. Anybody see them? It is rough. It's going to get rough as we go along, and it's going to get better as well. Because God is in control of all things. We don't control nothing. We're those vessels. But our role is just to follow the path that the good Lord have laid out for him and don't divert. Because God don't like when people divert from his path. Do your job. God got you. You do your job and do good and do right by the people of St. Elizabeth and St. James and Manchester. We're really not busy with Westmoreland, you know. We're really not busy with them. You have to be busy with them, but I don't have to be busy with them. To do right by them. But while you're doing that, in the middle of a crisis, there must be a smooth return to normalcy. It has to. People can't just get up out of them yard from Kingston and decide that they're now going to work and they're going to St. Elizabeth. When you return to normalcy, school, the principals and the school boards, we say the PNP, Jamaica Teachers Association, run up for them out too. Because everybody depend them local mission, them can't stand the success of Jamaica. Them like when Jamaica has struggled. Them like when we in a peer precare. Them like when nothing now do good. Once it do good, them now stop chat. When it now do good, them cool. Because I go for them wait now do good. But I do good, so them now stop chat. Not to mention the free mouth, lean mouth, what's your name? Dean Jackson Miller. Boy, it was so nice to watch Mr. Vaz and Desmond Mackenzie and one of Andrew's angels, Dana, shut her down with her PMP-ness. I come and talk about involving the leader of the opposition. No. The opposition plays only one role in this country, and that is in Parliament. And the only role in Parliament is to get up, say them going to ask a question, start chat, Mrs. Oles lock off them mic and them walk out. That's their only role right now. Them have no other role. And them walk out or keep a news conference or whatever it is them do. Get up in the Parliament, say them going to ask a question, don't ask a question, Mrs. Oles lock off the mic, Speaker of the House lock off the mic, or in the case of Mark say, did you turn off my mic? Did you turn off my mic? And Mrs. Oles said, it was never on. Damn. It was never on. Damn, Mrs. Wallace. On a better buy comfortable shoes. Because Mrs. Wallace is the Speaker of the House, duly elected. She know her rights and she know her powers. And every time you try nothing, you're going to be walking out. Get comfortable shoes. Because there's going to be no time when you're going to win that confrontation. Because that will come with, I will know that will come with. And Mrs. Oles, I use the rules and the laws to make you walk out. Keep walking. If anybody need comfortable sneakers, talk to me. I can recommend comfortable sneakers or whatever it is. Because I'm going to walk out often. You have no other role in this country. None. Go up to the constituencies where you buy the votes them and fool up the fool people who vote for you. And the ones that they on social media call Mark Prime Minister. Go talk to them. I'm going to fool the role that. You have no role in this. None. Because Mark Golding have already established that him don't want a role in this. He want to be the agitator. He want to be out there saying that if he's the prime minister, some people are telling him, go on with prime minister, and you're with prime minister. Yes, sir. And if you get a helicopter, hear me, JDF. Hear me good. If you give him a helicopter or if him ride on any more helicopter, we want to see the check where him write for the place where him go or the stuff that him allocate for the place that he got the ride to. If not, make him go back and borrow Mr. Gore red helicopter. Is it red or burgundy? It's quite pretty. God have mercy. Jesus help us. Let him go back, go get Mr. Gore helicopter. Don't give me another hours. Our helicopter them to go drop food for people in an area when they can't reach by a road. So they cut it out, JDF. So they don't have no role for playing at this. We continue being the agitator and we'll come out here and beat bad mind out of you. So listen to me, social media people. All of the Choose Jamaica YouTubers and social media people. I know some of you don't get back light yet, but we need to be on this. We need to be on this. And you know, I will take time off every now and then. I'm busy, but I'll take time off every now and then. But we need to be on this. Mark Golding can't come out here, him and the ugly, them dull, them look ugly and dull. And all the PNP YO people, them will launch this. Are those PNP YO people who are sure, who are certain, absolutely certain that those people are PNP YO? No, seriously. We don't need to check again. We don't realize what they look like all out. We're not ready. We're not ready at all. So, there must be now some return to normalcy. Government must return to normal programming. Schools across the country, except for the affected areas. But schools must start. Put out the people that hang out in the school. Them got them yard to clear up them yard. Them house will mash down, them land will mash. Them got to clean up. Run them out of the school. And make the place get for clean down, because the pit them can't go in them kind of mess. And get the pit them back into school. And Miss Dana, I don't know what you're going to do. I'm not no genius. I don't have no idea at all. I just know that you have to come up with something to get those St. Elizabeth and Manchester and St. James and yes, the Westmoreland children them that doing PEP and those doing CSEC. You have to find some way of getting that up to I don't know what it will be, but we need normalcy for the kids. Kids need normalcy in the time of in them kind of chaos and confusion. Yeah. Right? Them need normalcy. And the parents are going to abuse them when them start bawl and get miserable about things. So them need normalcy. Them need them guidance counselors and them need normalcy back into the school system. So Ms. Dana, I don't know you can do it, Mom, but I know you can do it to work out something. Final item. Finally. Minister Desmond McKenzie, Minister Nestor Morgan. The people of Burger want to thank you. Burger Gully. Thank you for showing up. Pay attention to them. Make them feel special. Do those sandbags. They're in the community, walking and talking to the community. They were pleased and they were happy. Nobody never get flood out. Them fret the whole night, but nobody never get flood out. And they want me to publicly say thank you, Minister Desmond and Nestor Morgan and the mayor, the mayor, Andrew Swaby as well, for showing up and make them feel seen. That's all they ever wanted, to feel seen and people care about them. So, if there is no other business, can somebody move for the adjournment? Let's get back to normal. Alright, my head is spin now. Alright now. Thank you. Anybody want to call in and say something? If you want. Michelle, you were saying something to me? Apart from the coaches, them me draw. Alright. Everybody good then. Everybody's good. So, remember now, if you have some things to send down to St. Elizabeth, I'm not jumping on a car. I'm going to obstruct traffic and stop the government process from, and slow down the government process by driving, go down there, go deliver 2 case of thing because you want to go see something, you want to go take a picture. Carry to the JDF and give to them. And find out where you can leave it. And let them get it. Alright? Let me see if I don't have any questions here. Let me take a few things on the phone now. Good? Meeting adjourned? Somebody move for the meeting to adjourn. Is there a second? I didn't speak about the pain. I wanted to say that in the face of all of this adversity and all these things that are coming at him from Mark Golden and the Rice Camp and Dean Jackson Milland and the IC and all of them. So I want to encourage the Prime Minister to keep a calm head. Don't let them get to you. Just keep a calm head and follow the path that God has laid out for you. And remember that you're doing this for the kids and for the Jamaica's future. And don't let them rattle you. And you don't have to war with them. We will do that for you. You just do what you are do, and we will war with them. Don't worry. We will throw all kind of missile at them. Never hold a javelin missile over you. So Mark Golden, every time him come out, I will come for him. And the next one down Westmoreland. I gotta talk to them, let them sit down there. And I won't go any further because I know what I wanted to say, but I decided not to. But I am not 80 years old yet. I'm not 80 years old yet. I'm 79. No, the PNP don't want to say nothing positive in this country. Mark believe that because him is not Prime Minister, nothing good enough to happen. And we are indeed our brother's keeper. And let us continue to pray for St. Elizabeth and keep the children in our prayers, all right? So, as I said, if there's no other thing, let's end this. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I can't promise you that I'm going to be on next week, but I will see you again soon. All right? God bless you all. Stay safe and keep the children safe. Good night, everybody.